Hey YouTube, Sunday, April the 12th. It's late in the evening. Just about 12 after 8. Back out here working on the Camaro today. And got a little progress done after church today. I've got the car prepped to weld in this package tray extension. And I've sanded this surrounding epoxy. And I've got the plug welds taped up, the plug weld areas taped up, and I put a fresh coat of epoxy down. It was a real nice day today, and I just felt like getting the paint gun out. Hadn't had a paint gun in my hand in a long time. So let's take a look.
This area right here is where I put down just a little bit of epoxy, and it went down real nice. I did go ahead and do a pretty close to a full grind all the way right in there, and I'm not real sure what I'm going to do on that seam just yet. I've got a pretty good coat of epoxy on it there. The package tray extension goes right up in right next to that bottom seam, and all that'll probably just get seam sealer. And once the package tray extension's in and it's seam sealed, I doubt you ever know it's there, so I went ahead and left it like that. But the epoxy laid out real nice. Went ahead and recoated these. I had some bare metal places, and this one is the best out of the two. It's got a few places that it needs just a little bit of glaze. This one over here, I'm probably going to use some regular filler on it just to shape it up just a little bit better. It's pretty close, but it also had some bare metal areas showing. I also went ahead and did a full grind in here since it will be seen. I just took my time and it looks really good. I haven't put epoxy down on it yet because I've still got to weld. I've still got to weld it in here on the top side, so I didn't want to take a chance in getting that metal too hot. So I'll go ahead and once I get it welded in, I'll do all that. Here's a little gun I was using today. It's a detail gun. I don't really know who makes it. I got it from Eastwood. Concours, I guess is how you pronounce it. It's HVLP. It does okay. For some reason, this is the air pressure adjustment, and this is the fan, and that drives me crazy. I wish this was down here. Other than that, I really like this gun. It's probably the cheapest gun that I own. I've got the other detail gun that I have is an Awada, I think it's an LPH80 maybe. It does really well. But this one's just a little cheap gun, and I really do like it. It's just, and the fan adjustment on this gun, for some reason, it's not much of an adjustment. It starts off as a circle, and then once you barely turn it, it seems like it's wide open. So not much of adjustment, not like the Awada. So I've got it all cleaned up and ready to put back together. Where I don't spray every day, I usually go ahead and after I use it, I go ahead and clean everything real well. And that's as far as I take a gun down. And that's really the only need that you have to disassemble a gun that far, because that's the only place the paint goes. So I don't take none of this other stuff off. But anyway, that's what I got going on, and just trying to tie up some of these loose ends and get ready to install the package tray extension and get ready to finish up this deck filler and move on to the trunk. So anyway, when I get some more progress, I'll turn this camera back on. We'll talk to y'all later. Hey guys, Double R back in the garage. It's April the 13th. Coming up on 10 after 1. Well, that was a little difficult to weld up. So that's a pretty big hole there. So I learned my lesson on that one. But let me show you some bubblegum welds. This one here did really good. It's about the time I really got the machine dialed in right, and this one was just pretty much a perfect circle. This one wasn't too bad, but it was starting to get hot and wanting to blow through. This one, the metal was weak, so I tried to weld it right in there first, and then I tried to get the rest of it welded the best I could. There's a hole in this panel, just probably a 3/16 hole for some reason right there. I don't know why in the world, in the deck filler. So I had to weld that up and then try to get this big hole here welded, and then that right there was the end. I always have trouble on the end because it's wanting to blow through. It's wanting to burn the top layer away. So, but anyway, I'm gonna get it ground, and I'll let you know what it looks like. Okay guys, it's coming up on 3:05 in the evening, and I finally got this little area welded. It took me forever. Let's take a look at it. Overall, it turned out really nice. Went ahead and I had some pretty good pits in there, so I went ahead and took the spot blaster and spotted those in, and looks like I need to do just a little bit more of that in just a few areas right in there. But I like how the panel is fitting. It's real tight. And I ran the DA over it just a little bit to clean it up, and it's pretty flat. But like I said, the quarters just got to go over it anyway. So that took way longer than I had anticipated. I kind of made a mess with the spot blaster, and that took a while to clean up. And now it looks like I've got a few areas I missed. So that happened to me yesterday. I was getting ready to paint this inner quarter and realized that there was just a slight gouge in the metal, and you could actually, it was a small hole there where I ripped out the original package tray extension, and I was getting ready to paint, and next thing you know, I was dragging out the welder again. So that's just one of them things. So I'm gonna take a short break and sit down for a few minutes, and then I'll be back out here and we'll make some more progress. When I get some more, I'll turn this camera back on. We'll talk to y'all later. I'm ready to put some epoxy down on the deck filler panel on the underside of it. And I've got a little spot here on the package tray extension. I'm gonna spray some epoxy, and then a little bit there on the shackle repair. So let's take a look at the car. Kind of got a halfway mask job. Auto Body Tool Mart, if you're watching, I'm needing a new catalog. But this is the area I'll be putting a couple coats of epoxy on underneath here. And then this shackle repair is pretty much ready. Just had to wipe just a little bit of glaze in there on it. I believe it's going to turn out okay. This area over here is got a little bit more sanding to go, and it's getting late, so that's probably going to be for another day. So anyway, when I get a little bit more progress, I'll bring you guys back. Okay guys, just finished the second coat of epoxy underneath the deck filler, and pretty happy with the way it turned out. It's getting pretty late in the evening. I just got done cleaning the gun and everything. Coming up on 10 o'clock. It's just a little bit past 9:45. About time for me to shut it down. I gotta get ready for work tomorrow. But let's take a look at everything and show you how everything went. Mixed up about 3.5 ounces, and I probably got less than 25 milliliters left, so actually turned out really good. I'm gonna put a lid on that, and hopefully I'll be able to use it on the other side of that shackle repair tomorrow if it don't thicken up too much. We'll see. That was my weapon of choice tonight, the Eastwood gun. Pretty nice little detail gun. It's not my favorite detail gun that I have, but I like it. Little trick that I use, I'll share with you guys on painting. You can get these little salad things, I guess, little cookware things at any shopping store, but they work real well for putting thinner in. And I'll keep some used thinner, and the pigment is settled down to the bottom, so it actually be pretty clean on the top. And I'll put clean thinner in one, and then I'll take this used thinner and I'll just barely empty it into the second one, and they work real well for that. So I've got a larger one. This is for the as you can see, the mini gun. This is for the needle, just barely fits in this one. So for a full size gun, you'll need one a little bit larger, but they work real well. So, and it gives me a place to put my parts while I'm waiting for them to dry out and everything. So it works nice. This stuff here, gun cleaner, it works excellent. I just use it just on my small pieces, for like my fluid tip, getting into all those little crevices and everything. I'll use that Sims gun cleaner. Sean at the Velvet Hammer, he's actually uses this stuff too and really likes it, and I do too. I buy it from O'Reilly's. It's about $10 a can. Out here where I live, I can't get nothing local, so I have to order everything. And most of the time, if you buy anything like this off of internet, you're gonna pay double for it by the time you pay shipping. But O'Reilly's can order it for me, and it's $10 a can, so it works out good. Let's take a look at the car. Overall, it came pretty good. Like I said, I just wanted to get some of that bare metal covered up because I want to get onto this trunk pan, and I didn't want this thing setting during the summer without any protection on it. So I just wanted to get the bare metal covered up. Shackle repair, it came really nice. Started to get a little too thick right in here, but it didn't run or nothing. Got a little carried away right there on that. Like I said, that's just a preventive maintenance thing to keep the rust down. And once the car's on the rotisserie, it's all gonna get a full sand and a good 1 or 2 more coats. So it's probably at least 2 more coats on everything. But that's all I got, and spent a lot of time out here today. Really don't have a whole lot to show for it, but that's the way it goes sometimes. You guys know how it is. But anyway, next video, we might be trying to go ahead and install the package tray extension. Everything's pretty much ready for that. So, might be doing some welding. We'll get that put in. We'll get the I'm gonna go ahead and do the top side of the deck filler. It's gonna need a really good sand on it, and we'll probably put 2 coats of epoxy down on it. Don't want to spray too much epoxy in here until I get this spray area set up. Right now I've just kind of got it set up for metal work, but I've got to get it cleaned up, and I got to get this floor covered up, and I got to get some stuff moved out of here. But some of these small parts, it ain't been too bad. So, but yeah, I want to go ahead and get the deck filler covered, And then looking over there at the list, pretty much prepping that pan for the plug welds and some weld through primer, and going ahead and getting the shackles back on the car. I may go ahead and restore these. Got a pretty good little video coming up on that, so stay tuned for that. I want to get the car setting back on the axles, and then we'll be test fitting the trunk. So moving forward. So anyway, I appreciate everybody that's watching the videos. Appreciate everybody that's commenting on the videos and all the new subscribers. So please comment, and I learn a lot from you guys watching your videos. So, and we'll talk to you on the next one. Thank you guys.